Today on Build Season, we are going to attempt to drive this Mazda Rotary Pickup that's sat for 25 years, 400 miles, all the way to Wisconsin in the middle of winter.
We're gonna die.
So you guys might remember from the episode on Junkyard Dig's channel, this engine was actually seized. It barely turned, it's stuck on the rear rotor, and against literally all odds and all proper judgment, we continued, and now it runs. And I took it for a lap around the pole outside.
This might be a bit of a jump from one lap around the pole. Steve, where do you want to start with this?
Let's try to fire it up at least.
Yeah, a little motivation for the task ahead.
Right, let's get some braps.
Activate batteries.
Activate batteries.
You go for the main, I'll go for the fuel pump.
Yeah.
Pump is pumping.
Oop, I think we're overflowing the bowl.
Oh crap.
Taekwondo. Or is it filling the bowl?
It's either filling or just bypassing.
Oh, that's right, it has a return line.
Wow, I guess that started working.
This is one of the only carburetors I've ever seen now. I'm not a big carb guy, that's more Kevin. This actually has a return right here at the regulator on the carburetor. It's interesting, never seen one like that.
Yeah, usually they're on the fuel pump. That's pretty high tech to see it right there.
Yeah, for 74.
Yeah. Give her a snort.
Okay.
Interesting.
Couple pumps there.
Yeah, go for it.
Right the line. Oh man, it's just beautiful.
Except for 2 weeks after being seized for like 1,000 years.
It was seized forever.
And it just fires up on the pump shot.
I'll cut back to that picture of what this engine bay looked like when it was pulled out of the barn.
They didn't know if it had a motor. He said it took him 3 hours to figure out that it actually still had an engine. He's like, I paid money as if this had a motor in it. I pray to God it does. And he got lucky, it did.
Now that we know we still have a running rotary, what do you say we work on the rest of it?
I suppose. All right, Steve, where are we starting on this thing?
Brakes.
Might ruin my Sharpie.
Yeah, I'm gonna ruin the paint.
Yeah, brakes are gonna make or break us.
Oh, I heard what you did there.
Repus are very hard to find parts for when it comes to brake stuff, so we only have rebuild kits for the
front calipers,
right?
Essentially, we have the brake components that we have on hand. We need to make those work, so that's our top priority. The second thing I think that's going to potentially slow us down or burn us to the ground is electrical.
It's bad.
That's an understatement.
It's really only under the engine bay that's bad.
The cab wiring is actually good. Unbelievably, it's untouched.
But the stuff that's touched was touched very thoroughly.
It was
inappropriately.
Bad touch.
Well, we're gonna need a fuel system.
Fuel.
We know that the pump runs though.
We'll put in there lights to do. Hopefully, we're driving during the day.
Shit. Heat.
Maybe heat.
Since it's January 1st. Hey, Happy New Year, by the way. Paint job.
Yes.
Clean.
Cosmetics.
Somewhere up here should be take carpet and poop out.
Yes, interior.
Or just maybe
Here, I'll put
encapsulate the whole thing with poop. That's a plan if I've ever seen one.
Yep. After brakes.
Brake time, is that what you said?
Yeah, brake time.
Brake time.
So to get started here, we actually did the other side already because I was trying to figure out how this brake system works before I show it on camera. These brake calipers, they don't mount like a typical slide pin caliper, which would be like later model RX-7 stuff and pretty much any other car forward. These are what is called a wedge style caliper. So they actually fasten or hold in place with these two wedges, top and bottom. And then there's retaining pins on the inside of the caliper here that actually keep the wedges in place so that the caliper can't fall off of the bracket. There's two little springs here underneath the caliper that keep the caliper off of the rotor. The first thing that has to be done to remove these brakes is on the inside of the caliper bracket, both top and bottom. There's a really tiny little clip. It looks a lot like a cotter pin, but it's not. And sometimes to get those clips out, they might be jammed up against the bracket. So pounding the wedges over just a little bit, give you just a little bit of room. So there is one of the retaining clips. So it kind of looks like a cotter pin, but it's not exactly a cotter pin. So there's one of those top and bottom. I imagine those clips love to go flying. So try to make sure that you keep track of them. There's clip number 2.
My uncle once told me those were called Jesus clips because you lose them and you're like, Jesus, where did that thing go?
So with the retaining clips removed, I can come in here gently, pound these wedges out. All right, that's the top wedge right there. give you a better idea of how that goes in. Just like that. All right. And there's the bottom wedge, and that is the orientation right there. And the caliper should just pull right off the back. Just like so.
Is that a broken spring? No, that's a different spring. Where the hell is that one on the other side?
Oh. Oh.
Well, I'm sure he's not that important.
So take a look at this caliper. The umbrella seal is all dry rotted. Yeah, this might be fun to rebuild. Then the pads just come right out of the bracket. Then there's two 15mm bolts here that unbolt the bracket from the spindle. Let's pretend that I didn't loosen that off camera. Man, I gotta love Southern trucks. Stuff actually comes apart. It's incredible. I am concerned that we are missing a spring, but I don't know if I'm that concerned. All right, so two 17mm bolts, and there's your bracket right there. Here is the springs I was talking about. And these, as Kevin said, you really don't even have to take this off of the bracket. So we're gonna get this all cleaned up, and I'll come back and pull the rotor off. Oh, oh yeah, that rag,
Is there no bushing left in that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you want.
Oh, top and bottom is totally junk. You may have to do something with that.
Well, I about promise you those don't exist. Maybe we'll just fill it with grease.
So at this point, the rotor comes off just like any other tapered wheel bearing setup on a spindle. Nice. All right, there we go. We'll loosen this nut, get the rotor off. All right, so there's the nut. There you go. So there's our retainer washer, the nut, the heavy duty washer, and then there's the outer bearing. And there's the rotor. All right, so here's a cool tip. If you have like tapered roller bearings like this that are covered in old grease, you can spend like, I don't know, 20 minutes or 30 minutes in a can of brake clean trying to clean this out yourself. Or you can use literally like 30 or 50 cents worth of gasoline. Drop your bearings in there, no agitation required, and in what, probably 30 minutes, that sucker will be clean. We'll show you what they look like when they come out.
6 minutes.
6 minutes? Yeah,
Yeah.
It works so well, you don't even have to slosh it around if you don't want. Bonus points is you have an eco-friendly fire starter. You actually samurai'd this out last time without damaging the seal somehow. I think we'll get lucky twice, because I don't have those. Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Look at that. Literally got the wheel seal, inner wheel seal out. Shloop.
Fill the bearing with gasoline.
Yeah, fill the bearing with gas. Fill the hub with gasoline.
Look how dirty those are. Now, if you needed to, you could super scraper this down and hope for the best that they'll clean up, which they probably would with some pads. But we have a brake lathe, so you could also do this and take them to O'Reilly's and get them turned. Now we need to press the hub out of the hubless rotor.
Yeah, yep. So like Kevin said, the hub itself and the rotor, they're only bolted together with the 4 bolts, so we just have to separate the two. The rotor in here. And
yeah, you could probably do this with any variety of hammer at home.
Right, but it doesn't take too much.
No.
You're really good at that.
Thank you. I'll practice.
Oh, it's already coming loose.
Oh, actually, this one fought a little harder.
Yeah,
That might not have been very fun with a hammer. And now Steve will show you how to rebuild a rotor while I use the Benpack Ranger Brake Lathe-O-Matic 3000. Actually, it's the Brake Lathe-O-Matic RL8500.
All right, to pull the brake hose off the caliper, this is a 15mm banjo bolt. Oh, that's a bigger spider. Look at that thing. Pop that loose for the brake hose. Caliper's removed. We'll take this over to the bench and I'll show you how to rebuild this. To rebuild the front caliper, this is very similar to any other disc brake caliper, so the process is essentially the same. What we need to do is, using air pressure through the brake line port right here, we're going to drive the piston out of the bore, but we don't want the piston to just go flying into the other side of the bracket. We could damage the piston, we don't want to do that. So one technique is to use like a piece of wood, something in between the piston and the other side of the caliper, so that when the piston does come flying out of there, it butts up against the wood, and so it doesn't chip the face or potentially break the piston or damage the caliper. One other thing that's very important, as you can see here, if I apply air pressure here and that piston comes flying out, keep your fingers out of the way. These will come flying out of here with enormous pressure behind them, and it could definitely hurt you. So keep your hands free, just hold the air hose in there. So the way I'm doing this is I'm just using an air nozzle that has a piece of copper pipe threaded into it. We're gonna shove that in the brake hose port. We'll see if we can get it to come out. There it goes. I think this brush handle is actually stuck in there. Just a little tap, and the handle comes out. So now the piston is most of the way out. We might have to grab channel locks or something to very gently pull it the rest of the way out. All right, and there is your piston right there. Ooh, gross. Look at all the goop inside of that caliper. So I removed what was left of the old umbrella seal, and there's a retaining ring that holds this umbrella seal inside the caliper. It just goes in this very first groove right here. So you can use a pick and pop that retaining ring out. That's what it looks like. Well, I'm over here rebuilding the calipers. Kevin's got the rotor in the lathe over here.
This might be a single pass that I got. All right, rotor's all cleaned up. Only had to take a single pass off that. A couple thou and she's good to go. Drop our bolts back in. All right, now we work it down. Reassembled and ready for bearings and all that goodness. All right, Steve's got one piece left on the caliper that'll make or break us, the bleeder.
Yep. Yeah, I'll give her a crack here and see if it even...
It's a Southern truck. I bet it comes loose immediately. Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Golden.
Man.
Golden.
Yeah, those of you from the north or anywhere in the Midwest, this is not typical, right? Typically that thing would round right off and become useless. So to pull that inner seal out, I'm just using a pick to get behind it here. This is actually the seal that
does everything.
Yes, this is basically the most important seal right here. And that is what the piston actually seals around. So when oil comes in the back of the caliper here, it fills in behind the piston and all around it here. And this is the seal that actually kind of deforms, which gives the caliper like the spring return kind of thing. It's basically all that's going on inside the caliper. It's exceedingly simple, but this one seal is probably the most important part. Yeah, one seal failure and caliper's done.
You know what? I love drum brakes. This is...
Let's put drum brake back on this, yeah.
Clean that up a little more, I suppose, with a little Scotch-Brite action there.
Hit this with Scotch-Brite, and then I'll show you guys how to assemble it. Okay, time for assembly. So to get this thing together, there's really only a few pieces. There's the piston, there's the umbrella seal, and there's the main seal inside the caliper. And then there is a retaining ring for the umbrella seal. So get yourself some brake fluid as a lubricant and just drop a little bit down inside the caliper. Then we're gonna go in with our main seal. All we're gonna do with that guy is we're just gonna walk him down into the bore and then kind of walk him around till it clips in there. And there you go. There it is, yeah. So you can see the seal right here. All right, so the way I did the other side is I'm now gonna go in with the piston. And if you're a gentleman, you should know that, put a little bit of lube on it. Shows you care on your piston. You're gonna drop that guy in, slowly work them through that seal. And this might take a little bit of effort, depending on how, what the bore is like that you're shoving your piston in. I mean,
they're not yet honed it out, right?
Right. If it hasn't been honed, it's probably gonna be tough going in at first. So now the piston is in, and I pushed it past that seal. So now we're gonna go in with the umbrella seal. If you're wondering what way the umbrella seal goes in, there's one way. If you look at the profile of the umbrella seal here, this side at the very edge of the seal is closed. If you flip it upside down, now you have a little bitty channel here, which is gonna be where your retainer ring sits to hold the seal. It actually goes in like this. Get it started around the piston first, and now I'm just gonna tuck the seal down inside the bore, and then we'll throw the retaining ring in. You might need a pick or a small flathead for this. All right, so there, the retainer clip is in around the umbrella seal. This should be all we need to do. This caliper's ready to go. Just gotta throw the bleeder back in, and we can throw this back on the car. So our bearings have been soaking in just a little bit of gas. These have only been in here for maybe 15 minutes. And look at this bearing, perfectly clean. Look at this too, the rollers look really nice. get these cleaned out and repacked and back on the truck. All right, so rotor is assembled back to the hub. Bearings are packed full of new grease. There's a big glob inside the hub, so with bearings to feed off of. Everything's put back on. So to adjust the wheel bearings, I essentially ran the nut in until it was tight by hand and took the ratchet and I run the ratchet down kind of hard until it actually starts to drag a little bit on the bearing. Then I back it off until it's loose. Now we see the bearing rotates freely. We're going to bring this back up to hand tight, and then I'm going to give it just a little bit of preload. And at this point, we're just making sure that the nut and this lock washer on top line up with the cotter pin hole. And there you go. So we have just ever so slightly a little bit of drag on this front rotor, but it spins nice and free. That should be a proper preload, and these shouldn't come loose. If you're redoing brakes, redoing wheel bearings, and you're going to take it on the road right away, good idea would be after about 20 miles, pull over, jack up the truck, wiggle that wheel, and listen and try to feel for any slop, because you may have to add just a little bit more preload after the bearings have run in for a few miles. Okay, assembly is the reverse of disassembly. Going in with the caliper bracket first. That bolts to the spindle. So for lubricant, we're using some little anti-seize here, copper stuff. We're going to put that here where the wedges slide in, and then right here where the pads are going to slide. Also going to get the ends of the pads here. Alright, so then we're going with the pads. These just drop right into the grooves. Pads are seated in place. Grab the caliper and we can slide it over top. And from my experience doing the other side, it works better if you get this lower portion of the caliper flange in. Make sure to go above those springs. There you go, caliper's on. We'll go in with our wedges. There you go. Wedges upper and lower, calipers in there. Now we just have to put in those two tiny little retaining pins to hold these wedges in place. So there is the top retaining clip, and there's the bottom. There you go. That's an assembled front disc brake setup for a Repu. Okay, so I pulled this front left brake hose off. We're hoping that we can make something work. We're going to check this hose first just to see if it's clogged. I think we can see something.
Yeah, this is another piece of the puzzle that we really need to work because you can't get them. It'd be cool if these were fine.
Nothing.
Do you think it's just rust inside this metal piece? I'll get a drill bit. There's some crap in it already. Damn. Poop from a butt. How did that get in there? Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta get creative.
Wow.
Alright, we went to O'Reilly's and Steve went digging around in the back of O'Reilly's and he found this. This is the BH621912, which is a brake hose for
12 to 14 F-150.
and it is like identical.
So any of you Repu guys that are looking for front brake hoses, 12 to 14 F-150 front brake hoses will fit your Repu.
They will bolt straight on to your Repu.
Straight on with an M10 banjo bolt. All we have to do is get rid of this. You can pry this bracket off or open, slide it off the hose, and then you got front brake hoses that you can get at a local store easy.
Also, if you're doing brake lines on your Repu, order a whole bunch of M10 by 1.25 line nuts because nobody has those.
Yeah, no one has them locally. Everybody has M10 by 1. The caliper is M10 by 125, and all of the hard lines on the car are going to be 125.
Right into place. Dude, that's so stupid. That's amazing.
Unreal. The extra length is actually going to help too with the fact that the fitting is straight right off the caliper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it won't have any stress on it really.
No, it's fantastic if it's so good.
First thing that accidentally worked out.
All right, let's go do some rears. All right, time for rear drums. Gotta loosen these up. There we go. You got a screw right here you got to take out before you beat it with a hammer too hard. But then it should come right off. Yep, these ones were leaking too. They're a bit dirty. We'll get into some rather strange brakes, but ones that are very easy to work on actually. Watch this. You got two springs, one on top and one on bottom, that are the same size. You just grab them and pull them out. There's one, there's two, and you got a pin here and a pin here. Same theory as the normal spring types with the retainer you turn, but without the stupid retainer and spring. It's just a spring clip, which I could see is maybe more likely to fail, I suppose, but makes removing this so incredibly easy. There we go. And with that, you're done. And the brakes are off. That's it. Like 10 seconds, and you got the brakes off. Now to contrast that being really quick, there's 4 studs on the back side of each of these wheel cylinders that you have to unbolt, so this takes a few minutes. All right, bolts are out. Oh, that's right, the stud stayed in this one. There's our top. And there's our bottom. Now, it is worth noting, and this is something we're currently fighting, when we ordered these parts, Steve didn't have the truck near him, so he was kind of just point and shoot, blind ordering things. What we wound up with was, our old ones have a bleeder, top and bottom. But the new one we ordered, one of them has a bleeder, and the other one does not. It has 2 inverted flare holes, as you can see. Notice the difference. So maybe later, the couriers and whatnot in the 80s went to this design where they would run the brake line in, and then this other hole would run out to the upper. But with that being said, if you have at least a 74, you need to order 2 of these with a bleeder on each side. Now they are different. They do have this adjuster wheel on opposite sides, so you want to order one left and one right, but both with a bleeder for each side. And as we just mentioned with the front stuff on the hoses, we discovered this is all M10 by 1.25, which is really hard to find. So order up a bunch of fittings if you're going to be doing brake lines, because no one has those, none of the parts stores. O'Reilly's doesn't even show that existing in their catalog. So we're gonna take a banjo bolt and weld the banjo holes closed and call that a plug.
Yeah, it'll work better than a pipe plug.
That's all we have. We can't find a pipe plug. All right, there's those off. Let's swap these studs over to the new ones and reinstall them. All right, before we put any new parts on, spend a moment, clean this up, get the crap off of it. It's all really greasy crap, so, you know, brakes and grease, they get along excellent. At this point, we can take our upper wheel cylinder, which is going to face forward with the adjuster. We're going to stick him in there, put some nuts on the back, hook him up to the line, rinse and repeat for the bottom, and we'll get both of these reattached. Then we can put our shoes into place. Not pretty. We have no gas. Is now plugged.
I hope so. If not, we can always go get a bolt, I hope.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work, if this leaks past those holes, then we'll just make a plug out of a bolt. We can find one of those, I think.
Oh, dude. Hell yeah.
2 little bitty welds to plug the holes.
That's pretty good for the welder being out of gas.
Yeah, we must have had just like 1 CFH in there.
A fart of gas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, Steve just ripped ass over here and then he welded around it.
Yeah, I was welding using methane as a shielding gas.
All right, how's our bleeder, our lower bleeder looking there, sir?
Oh, it's like someone thought of this. All right, perfect.
There we go. A plug. Yeah, on grain trucks and stuff in the 80s, they ran this exact setup, but instead of having this T, which this truck has, which maybe the later Couriers and B1600s and whatnot didn't have this T, but because this has the T, you need each bleeder or brake wheel cylinder to have a bleeder instead of this style, which is, I believe, this one would come into here and then one line would go to the top and it would eliminate the T because that bottom wheel cylinder is the T.
Order the uppers. Order 2 uppers of each side. So order a left rear, 2 left rear uppers and 2 right rear uppers, and that will give you the ones with the bleeders.
I think as long as these are on alternating sides and they each have bleeders.
You guys can figure it out.
Yeah,
if I figured it out, you can figure it out.
All right, time now to rehang everything here. There goes that. Put that into our emergency brake. A spring plate, grab a pin, stick the pin through, push it into the spring plate, give it a shove, and a twist. There's that. Same deal on this side. There we go. Just that easy. Especially when we cut out all the parts where it didn't work. Now this spreader bar that I forgot, which means I probably have to redo that. No, I think I can get it. Oh yeah, can get it. There's enough wiggle room here. Easy. Now fish in your springs. A 1, a 2. Grab this end with the pliers. Stretch him into place. There he goes. Rinse and repeat on the bottom. And you're done. Now all you have to do is reach through the back with a screwdriver and turn that to adjust your shoes. They're manual adjustment. They do not have an automatic adjustment, which means that Steve will actually have to keep up with those regularly.
There you go. Ta-da!
Steve's gonna adjust those until he gets a good even drag all the way around, such as this. Nice. And then our brakes are done down low. We gotta do some lines up in the engine bay and a master.
Lines in a master, yep.
Dude, we're gonna pull this off. Unobtainium brakes in a day.
Yeah, using F-150 parts.
Time for brake lines?
Yes, and admittedly off camera I broke these free already, but I'll clue you guys into a little bit of the drama. You can see that that line nut is loose, but it is stuck to the line. We are planning on making at least a couple new brake lines. I don't know if you guys can see over here. These brake lines were on the Titanic. So we're gonna break these all off of here, or actually cut them, and then make new ones.
Did we mention how ridiculously wiggly they are?
Oh yeah, why does this one do a corkscrew and this one does a half gainer over the bottom of that one? I don't get it. What's going on with that?
Half gainer.
Okay, master cylinder's out. I'll show you the new one that we got. Hopefully it's gonna work. This is a master cylinder off of like an 86 Mazda B2200, I believe. I think that's what it's from because it has the electronic brake level switch in there. And it looks like it's gonna fit. Oh, thank God. Holy shit,
Dude,
okay.
that's the last piece of the puzzle.
At this point, yes, we need 3 brake lines and hopefully no more fittings. And we may have brakes on the Repu, which are the hardest thing to get for these trucks. I don't think the booster is gonna work.
Jesus, this truck had like 2 or 3 bugaboos. Like, we've had so many chances for complete failure.
Yes.
And for this to go down the toilet so fast. And they've all came across perfect.
Yeah, now that we've said that.
Yeah, now it'll...
We're not going to say anything
burn to
until
the
we do
ground.
2 donuts around the pole outside.
And when we do it, it'll somehow throw a rod.
Yeah. The rod that someone put in here when we were gone is going to come flying out when we do 2 donuts in the driveway.
Oh, sorry. I'll give you a minute. Ready to start making some brake lines?
Yes, I
Yes.
am. I think it's time.
Yeah, I was going to say, ironically, that straightener tool is probably the last thing we need.
Yeah, these are the lines we're going to remake, but look at the condition of that. I don't know.
Just pooped.
I don't feel like blowing a brake line on the side of the highway, so...
Wrecking a once-of-a-lifetime truck.
Yep. So I'm going to keep straightening this pipe.
Getting tired.
This is a really sweet hydraulic brake flaring tool. I have one of these. I've done a video on it. These make flaring brake lines very, very easy. They're kind of expensive. What is this, like 180 bucks or something?
Yeah, somewhere around there. This is the manual one, not the hydraulic one.
There's a couple operations here.
There you go.
And essentially what you do is you fit the 3/16 dies in here to hold the pipe. And then I always snug this just a little bit so the tube stops moving around. I switch the turret to operation 0, pull the lever, and that will flush up the pipe inside the dies. Then you can run the clamp down nice and tight. Then you switch to operation 1 for 3/16 line, slam the die home, and you rotate this to operation 2 for 3/16 line, slam the die home. And that is all you need to make a perfectly flared brake line every time.
Amazon affiliate link down in the description.
I am not an Amazon affiliate.
No, you gotta set that up.
Yeah.
There will be now.
Yes, there will be. Let's
Whoa.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Hopefully nowhere with me.
Let's stick this. Let's install it. Okay.
All right, it's been a bit. As you can see, we've got most of our new lines ran. But Steve noticed something.
Yeah, so the F-150 brake hoses work almost perfectly. They go right on the caliper, but they don't fit all the way through the support bracket on the body here. So what Kevin did is he actually took a death wheel and ground off the first set of hex on the brake hose here. Now, from the store, they come with like a horseshoe clip that rides right in this groove.
Exhibit A.
So Kevin actually ground the first set of hex off of this hose so that it could fit further into the bracket or higher up into the bracket up against the body. So now that the hose fits further up into the bracket, we can use a new clip.
Right here. Just get it started.
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus.
the idea's there.
Yeah.
It works, we swear. Finish some lines and bleed a master.
Yes, and then maybe donuts?
Probably bingo.
Bingo?
Donuts tomorrow when the sun's out.
Maybe.
All right, here we are, bleeding up the master. How is it in there?
It's not as stinky as it was last time. It's not that bad. It's not good.
Now go all the way down to the floor, and then do the last half inch, if that makes sense. Come on, go around the bend, you big bubbly bastard. Get out of there, you bastard. All right, go down. We're gonna say this really fast because bingo starts in 2 minutes and we're late as hell. New lines are on, stuff's bled. Steve, hit the pedal, how's it feel?
We have a pedal.
3 out of the 4 tires do not spin. Thing is, Steve pressed on the pedal. Yeah, that, nothing happens over here. This one, not even hooked up. That means this guy is stuck, and we will deal with that in the morning. Quick, to the truck, we gotta go to bingo. Let's go. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. Only thing good about this morning is the burrito I just finished. First thing we're after today is this dang portioning valve. We're suspecting that that thing is stuck, which is why we have brake fluid for the front left wheel and rear brakes, but not the front right, due to the weird way Mazda plumbed this.
Yeah, both fronts have their own port there, but only one front line is signaling the prop valve, and then it drops down to the wheel. Because I don't know why. At least
why the prop valve is on the opposite side of the car from Master, I don't know.
Well, I guess we do have all of this room. We'll put the prop valve over there.
Could have fit a battery over there. Could have fit a turbo over there. Mazda, what the hell?
You think it freed itself up overnight, sitting with some brake fluid on it?
I don't think it worked. We probably will have to take that valve apart, but we are going to try it. I'm going to try to put my foot through the firewall and see if we have a front right brake.
Wait a minute.
Come on, don't tell me there's fluid now.
There's fluid on the floor. I'll tighten that. You go hit the pedal.
Self-healing brakes.
All right, cross your fingers. Your digital commenting fingers. All right, Steve, down. Holy shit, it just started working. Dude,
What?
I just heard it move fluid.
Hell yeah!
Having a beer about it worked. Hell, we had a whole bingo
We decided
about it.
to postpone this problem so we could go to bingo and have beers, and it's fixed.
And why?
Solution to all of your life's problems. Just stop dealing with it and go play bingo and drink beer with your friends.
All right, let's bleed up this last corner. This truck has just been back and forth from impossible fixes to random solutions that solve themselves or something. Down, up. I can hear rust or something coming through the line. Down. Ugh. Up. Down. Up. Down. Whoop. Doing. Up. Dope. Up. Down. Up. Down. Oh yeah, that'll do it there, bud. Mr. Steve, give her a test. You have functioning brakes on all 4 corners of your unobtainium truck.
I don't believe it. I've actually got pedal. Holy shit.
Now what?
Quick donut in the snow?
Well, we might need a fuel system first so we can get all that stuff out of the back of the truck.
We should probably also, take the engine out of the back. I almost lost it out of the back of the truck last time.
I should go cross it off the hood.
Oh yeah. Do that again. Show some Taekwondo.
Put in a bunch of ninja sounds. Now it's slippery, it's all covered in brake fluid.
Hey, there you go. See that flip? That was cool.
Fuck.
Taekwondo. Oh, that was pretty good. Nice. Can't believe it, but brakes are done. Still have a lot, even though this list is short.
Yeah, 2 days. And we've crossed off 1.
We'll probably switch to what?
Fuel while it's still on the lift?
Yeah, we'll do the fuel system. Before we commit to the boat tank, because we do have a tank, we have a new pump. If you guys recall on Kevin's video, accidentally, when we hooked up the battery and maybe jiggled a couple of wires, the fuel pump started to run. I think before we do anything else, let's take a look at the tank.
There's a chance it's okay. If the fuel pump runs, it can't be that bad, right?
Southern truck, maybe?
Maybe? No way, right?
No way. There's no way it's...
Keep going, that can't be it.
No way.
Is that the tank? That is.
We are in the tank.
And we're not looking at the roof, but it looks phenomenal. This looks clean enough that the fuel level sender would still work. What the hell is that thing?
Oh, sorry.
Hey, we've thrown a couple gallons of fuel in the tank. We're gonna see if just everything works as it is, and then we will work our way backwards, changing out components like this crappy filter, these brittle rock hard lines that explode if you try to kink them, and all that stuff that will definitely be a problem when we don't want to deal with it 8 degrees outside. We'd rather do it here in the heated shop. Are you ready, sir?
I am ready. We have a catch can right here.
Yep, I've got power running to it. I feel it running. I hear it running, but it sounds like it's sucking in the tank dry, like it's not able to get fuel. We throw a couple more gallons in and see what happens. Maybe
Okay.
the pickup's like rusted off an inch.
It doesn't seem like it's picking anything up.
Could be a bad pump. Could be 1,000 things. Oh, we could blow air into the tank to try to prime the pump. Could just be dry. All right, don't blow it up.
All right.
Hit it. Oh,
There it goes.
oh, it was out the return.
Sounded different.
Oh yeah, we're moving fuel.
No way.
Yeah, it is shit from a butt.
Oh yeah, there it comes.
No, something's wrong. We're getting bubbles again. You know, we might have broken fuel lines above the tank to the pump.
Ooh.
They are all rubber, aren't they? Maybe we just see how much work it is to pop this tank out.
Yeah.
Find something?
Yeah, look at this. I think that's the problem. Look at that rubber line.
Oh, yeah, I think it's junk.
Yeah, probably all of them are. And this is on the pickup side of the pump because the filter's right here. It's
Just
a
trying
filter.
to suck the straw with a hole in it.
Yeah, considering the line, how the lines look from here, they're probably all rotted up above the tank.
And I think the tank's probably still good, so, I mean, you'd have to do it anyway at some point, right?
Worth a shot. True to form, trying to get the gas tank out of here, and look, more poop. Repu's living up to its name, huh?
More like the Everpoo.
Oh god. That was in 2 pieces.
That wasn't so bad.
Oh wow, look at this fuel line. It's literally ripping in half. Ta-da! Here's the sending unit wires. Miraculously, they're not chewed off.
I don't. I'm looking. Oh, you got it. There we go.
Got it.
Pop her out of there. Maybe this is a haul it down to the car wash and blow it out ordeal now.
Ah, found another nest.
Yeah, the poops.
Wondrous.
Our fuel sending. Our level center might not have worked. Just a guess. Look at this, just gobbledygook.
What is this for?
That's the original filter location.
Okay, so someone has been in here,
Oh yeah, they've
clearly
done
messed with this. This is not a factory pump, but it's controlled by the factory wiring, I guess.
I think maybe not. It's some Oklahoma engineering if I've ever seen it.
It's a really nice way of putting that. Just to check and see that this pickup can actually pull fuel. Got our pump hooked up here, right to the pickup. See if she pulls.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So it was just fuel lines?
Yeah, I believe so. Or the pump, but tank is good. And we did a little more inspecting with the both the multimeter and the borescope. This appears to maybe function, our level sender that is. And now that we can get in there better with the borescope, we looked around and the tank looks magnificent inside, so we're not worried. Doesn't smell half bad. Ooh. Pretty good. You want some?
This is 91. That'll work.
Alrighty. There we go.
All right. Fuel tank out. Fuel
Cleaned
tank
up.
in.
Yeah. New lines all the way up top. Cleaned our fuel sender thing, tabs. Discovered that there was an access port in the bed the whole time.
That tank really needed to be cleaned anyway.
Yeah, on the outside.
Yeah, hit it with a little rust reformer. It was covered in poop as normal.
Moment of truth, ready?
Yeah, let's try again.
We still got all these old lines up here we got to replace, but we want to see if the pump's working and flush some stuff out.
Oh, there. It's starting to labor down. We're getting fuel.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
You never know, that was new fuel we just put in. Suppose we'll flush all of that, huh? Give her a pinch, will she build pressure? Kinda.
Yeah, these carburetors don't need much. Like, they're actually less than like a Holly or a...
Really?
Yeah, they're like 3 PSI, not much fuel pressure at all. Yeah.
I can't believe we didn't overpower that with the old pump. Well, we'll keep
Just
flushing this until that doesn't look like that anymore, and then we'll hook everything up because we got all new fuel lines. There we go. 8 gallons of 128:1 mixed oil to fuel ratio fuel going into a nice re-plumbed tank. And then up front we have all new lines running to our carb. A second filter. We got one before the pump, then we put one after the hard line, because even though there is a filter in line, there could be stuff after it in the hard line, and we want to catch it in this filter before it goes into the carburator. Would you like to do the honors, sir?
Oh, of crossing that off?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fuel. Done. I think we try to run it off of the actual gas tank. Test donuts?
Yeah.
Test donuts. What are you doing?
We're removing plan 12A. We're
This-
confident. What can go wrong, right? Test drive time. This is it. This is a big one.
Yeah, it's our first attempt with brakes.
Yeah, first real try at this besides ripping a donut in the yard and about throwing everything out.
Yeah, right. Battery and engine falling all over the place.
Which I think we should immediately start the test drive with doing a more professional version of that. Obviously.
See what I can come up with.
Yeah. Get the stinky exhaust outside. There we go. The fuel pump on the factory wiring and everything. Give her some pumpies. Oh, she's being finicky. Doesn't want to go play in the snow. Go ahead. That's what it was doing to me the other day. Try that. Come on, damn it. This is not a good sign for driving 400 miles.
Red top's in. Super starts out. Try it again.
Fired up on a test earlier. Damn it, fired right up yesterday.
I know, I don't get it.
It's like if we
Plugs,
flood them,
probably.
the plugs are really finicky, yeah.
Yeah,
Which we
those-
have new ones.
We do have new plugs.
We'll give it a little more try here and then we'll throw in new plugs. Hit her. She was so close right there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put plugs in it. Once we showed the Southern Truck snow, it was like, no way.
It'll
I'm not
run
going out
inside.
there. 18 degrees? No thanks.
Yeah. It'll run inside. Soaked.
Oh, flooded to hell. How old are those?
I don't know if there's a date on them.
They look very 2003 to me. Throw those in and see what changes.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I know what the problem is. We didn't put our sticker on.
Mm-hmm. Well, I blame you for that.
That's fair. That's fair. Usually we save this for right before we leave, but we could use all the help we can get if we're going to try to drive around the whole block with this thing. Do your magic. It's immortal.
It's approved now.
Certified different.
Certified different. Ooh, that's a sticker.
Okay, here we go. All you, sir, actually. You gotta pump it first. There you go. There we go. See if she'll rip a donny. Yeah, dude. Yes. You got brakes?
A little bit.
We need to adjust the rears probably. Oh, what a luxurious interior you have.
Hell yeah.
Stinky. Should we take her around the block?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we can do it.
We have brakes.
We got enough to slow. We're riding in a Repu. Look at this. On the road. That sounds so weird.
It's
Your
speedometer works.
And the tach? No.
No.
It's not so loud in here. Holy crap. It runs a lot different with those spark plugs.
Ooh. Hey, there we go.
There's some. The pads probably need burnish too.
Yeah.
Oh, it died.
Oh, yep. All right.
Starts up way better now. Look at this. Yeah, the Repu drives.
Dude, it's working.
This is amazing.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
Give the brakes a good stomp when we get up here.
Front's locking
Fronts
up.
are locking up, so it's a rear adjustment issue.
There we go.
Oh yeah. Remember, we don't have a fan.
Oh yeah, I don't want to run it too long. Gutless.
Is that our exhaust repair just failing? It sounded louder to me.
Yeah, well,
Yep,
maybe.
it just let loose.
Did it?
Yep.
Sweet. Oh yeah, it's louder now. Too
Look
much
at this
power.
though. It's like driving. Whoa! That was the rears.
I
The
heard it
rears
over here
grabbed
too.
that time.
Hey, pump the pedal. Oh.
Okay, we definitely got to do some tuning. It's like she's flooding out. We might have to get in that carburetor after all. I smell something burning.
All right, we'll get to the shop.
Yeah, assuming it's us, but what are the odds of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty low. This is badass. Great success.
Great success.
All right, let's see if we can fix all the electrical stuff and adjust the brakes and tune the motor and get this thing ready to be roadworthy for more than 2 blocks.
2 blocks, it should go 400 miles.
Yeah. Well, if we one lap around the pole's good for a block, 1 lap around the block's good for 100 miles, right?
Yeah, we made it 2 laps so far, so yeah, with a couple donuts.
Smoke.
A little bit from a ballast resistor, some junk running off of the engine.
Yeah, it's just poop smoke there. Huh. Okay. I don't know about you, but get some chicken for lunch and dive into the electrical.
I like it.
Let's do it. Well, and thus it starts. We will now begin connecting things that look like things to other things that they look like.
Most of this engine wiring harness was chewed in half by pack rats. A lot of it, the wiring is still there, so with just little bitty patches, we should be able to just reconnect everything. So we're going to start. We're going to try to eliminate any fire risks.
Yeah, to make things operable, which is what I'm going to be up to. So we do have a wiring schematic and a case of beer, so wish us luck.
And like 7 rolls of electrical tape.
Yeah. Oh man, not only do we get to deal with the mice, we get to deal with other people.
The least favorite of electrical troubleshooting.
No kidding.
Trying to figure out what someone else was thinking when they tried to jerry-rig this together how many years ago.
Those are the words.
You're about to blow a bunch of shit in your face?
Oh, you know it. Hopefully.
Sweet. We're gonna try the blower motor, considering it was 7 degrees this morning.
Yeah, this is
Oh no, you found a wire nut?
Dude, that's what I'm dealing with.
Oh boy.
I'd be running off of this wire, I guess. It works.
Oh my god. Nice. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove where these guys extended and nutted, and then make that back to how it was.
Oh yeah, we found the nuts.
I found them. They were down here. They were in the frame.
Literal
Hungry?
nuts. Oh, now the nuts are in the cab.
I'll use that to read.
Yeah, use that to connect it.
It's been a bit. We've been busy. Angus has balanced our tires and adjusted the rear drums.
Don't quote me on that.
Angus has touched stuff. How about that?
I don't like that any better.
Everything actually works. There's just nothing still hooked up to confirm that it ever worked, except for the blower motor, which, as you saw, we tested by hot wiring it, but I also just figured out where the switch was, and it worked. And then it sucked something up and stopped, so Steve's dealing with that. And our key does turn the ignition circuit on, except for the fact that this, our ignition relay, doesn't do anything. So as it turns out, everything actually worked, but this guy was being a problem, and that one wire was eaten. So for core electrical, we don't have to do a lot. It's just like fix the headlight harness, and then everything should start working once I fix this. So I'm gonna tear this apart or replace it. I don't know, we'll find out.
Do you have any use for this fish scraper? Our barracuda scraper.
Stupid. Alright, well here she is. A little corroded. Most importantly, those contact points right there. So it's such a soft little throw that I probably will never hear this close. But if those points are corroded, they're not going to work. So let's test this, clean it, and throw it back in. Actually, upon further inspection, as you can see, our coil grounds with this tab, and I was having grounding issues with this, and I got the grounding to work, but I bet this wasn't grounding to the case, because that's one of the tabs that holds everything in. That's a dumb design. Alright, little proof of concept before I put this all the way back together. I got ground, power. Okay, he's working. Let's get it back together, see if this all works now. Yeah, I suppose that would do it, huh? That really crusty edge right there is where that's supposed to connect on like that end. So get that cleaned up, see if we get that working. See if we got your container for the antifreeze leak on the heater core.
Alright.
Best we can do. Save the ranch if you can.
Well, I guess we don't have to put that back in the cooling system, but it would be really funny to have a ranch in the cooling system.
It was done already.
Oh, just in the nick of time then.
Good, the ranch is still alright.
Look at this.
What'd you find?
Gross. I found more mouse house. Oh my goodness.
That's pretty yucky.
Never would have worked.
So you're telling me that's not what you want?
Are you sure we had to do all this to change the oil? There is a blower, there is a squirrel cage on this though, so it will work.
It had stuff going off in the frost, right? When I was like, oh my god, look, the switch works.
Oh my god. Hantavirus. Mask up, get your N95s on.
There's a vacuum right next to you.
Oh man, I could use that instead of my hands. Ugh.
Oh my god!
We rotted the dash off. Look at that.
Holy shit, there's still some in there, or maybe that's metal. Oh, that's metal. That is like a football-sized nest.
Yep.
Yoink.
Gone now. Very satisfying.
After some testing, we've decided our coils work. We've got our fuel pump to work with a single splice. That's really all I changed. I replaced our broken ballast resistor. Our alternator does in fact work. It charges at 14.5 volts, and now Steve is over here trying to connect all these light grays, dark grays, and blacks and whites to all these other light grays, dark grays, blacks, and whites.
Are you colorblind?
That's a lot more gray wire.
Yeah, this is a Repu wiring harness.
God, I wish they use more than one color. In other news, look how clean our fuel is now. Beautiful. Steve, how's it going?
Not bad.
We're making good progress here. We got some things figured out. We figured out some of these are taillights and blinkers and shit like that. Steve's just playing mix and match.
Yeah, I'm trying to reconnect everything, and since we're not 100% sure what wires go where, we could ring everything out, I guess, and we could figure out exactly what wire it is. But to save a little bit of time, I just put a bunch of spade connectors on the harness that runs to the headlights and stuff. That way, from our power side or distribution side here by the fuse block, we can just change connections really quickly to make sure we have stuff connected properly so it doesn't burn down.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That way we don't have to, like, you know, crimp a bunch of connectors on and cut them back off. It's faster than ringing wires out, and it gives us options, and it can be basically a temporary to permanent connection. You can leave it. Okay, it's been a few hours. We crushed a whole pizza, maybe a few beers, and the entire truck's wiring system is now functional. Nice. Same side high five. You like that? So what, we have functioning headlights, taillights, our blinkers work except for the flasher is junk, and I just finished wiring the keyed ignition power to our fuel pump. should hear fuel pump
With the key. Hey, hey, hey.
and you should have blinkers.
You got a left, or yeah, a right, and a bonus marker. That's fine. Let me check on the rear. Left and right. Yep. Yep. Tail lights. Brake lights. And another bonus side marker. And a low beam.
Check.
High beam. And last but not least, key and ignition from inside. Dude. And you can shut it off. Holy crap, we just fixed the Repu's wiring.
Yeah, the entire truck functions. Oh, did
Ooh.
we show the heater?
No, I don't know if we showed this. Give her a tug. Like back and forth, back and forth, back.
Oh,
There you go.
the heater works.
Hell yes.
And the heater core doesn't leak.
And if you turn your headlights on, the gauge lights all work, which is pretty incredible.
We're gonna change the oil and maybe mess with the brakes just a little bit more. Other than that,
We're good to go.
we're pretty close.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Holy
Hey.
shit.
Get a Sharpie.
Ooh, yes. Okay, so electrical and lights done. Heat done as it's gonna get. Cosmetics, we will work on that in a minute. Okay, it's been a bit. Kevin de-germed the inside of the truck. He's wiping the windows down right now. Angus readjusted the rear brakes a little bit more to try to improve our pedal. I'm putting the fan back on in the shroud. I think we're gonna test drive this thing around the parking lot just a little bit.
Tires on.
Angus put tires on the truck. We're gonna take it for a quick test drive just to make sure the brakes are working as good as they possibly can. We'll catch up with you after that.
On to the cosmetics, eh?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm out of things to do, so why not rub it down with some goo?
Angus does love rubbing it down until with goo or something.
I quit.
Yeah, well, too late for that. I just tuned the motor. It runs enough. It'll probably make it somewhere. Steve is fixing one last wire we nipped that controls our alternator field current and voltage regulator, which incredibly work. So once that's fixed, I think we can go to bed. So yeah, we'll keep de-germing this, turning blue rags green, and then see how it comes out.
I just wanted to show you guys this. Look, this is been de-germed. This is original. That de-germ just eats this stuff alive. I don't know what exactly that is. Dirt, mold, mildew, whatever.
From a butt.
Anyway, we're gonna keep this up and we will catch you guys in the morning. Hello.
Are you ready, Steve?
Yeah.
Today's the big day.
It's a balmy 3 degrees this morning. That's better than when we left. It was -2. So we're up 5.
Hell yeah. Truck is all cleaned up, ready to go. You got the last piece there, eh?
Yeah, believe it or not, here you go. Rotary engine guys. Look at this. You need an air filter element for your Repu. That is the part number. It is not listed for one of these trucks, but it will work.
As is tradition.
Yeah. Yeah, can't find anything for these, but if you're resourceful enough, you can find something
Everything,
else
yeah.
that'll work perfect.
Sweet, slap it in there. Let's get the
Yeah.
hell out of here. Perfect. Ambitious thinking we can move that much air in this thing.
Let's do the lid flip.
Oh yeah.
Can't do it on one of these though.
Yeah, fair. Well, we've got plan B all greased up and ready to hook to the Durango. It'd be half tempting to hook it to this, but I mean, it does have the trailer tow package. It'd be funny, but I think we're gonna need every ounce of horsepower we can just to move the repo itself. Let's pack some camera equipment and get the hell out of here.
Sounds good.
Oh boy, you ready for this?
I guess.
Let's do it,
Yeah.
I guess.
Let's do it.
I feel like I just locked myself into a death trap. Okay, so let's pick a road and see how far we make it down it. I've never been this unconfident about a road trip in a long time in a revival vehicle. Oh boy. How's your brakes feel?
Oh,
Better?
pretty good.
Oh
Yeah.
good, it doesn't idle again. Here we we go. Onto the road. The Repu is leaving the shop, maybe. Yep, it's a booster problem.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's what we'll do about that. We'll get on the highway and never use the brakes again.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good for the brakes and the engine. Oh, good. Great. Dude, this is ridiculous. Thank God we'll have plan B. Okay, here it goes. We got anything for gauges?
Speedometer.
And that's about it. It does good under load.
Yeah.
It's really just stop signs that it hates, so yeah, avoid stop signs, I guess.
The alignment is perfect. It's exactly what you want.
Look at you can hear the speedometer.
It.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, it does engine brake.
Huh.
That's impressive, since we can just, you know, put it in gear and push it around with one person.
There we go.
There's a little,
We survived.
we did it.
A stop sign.
We made it through our first stop sign. Oh God. The heat works.
No way.
Yeah, there's warm air coming out.
So we're going somewhere between 30 and 45 miles an hour. I also have to stop. Shit.
It's like driving 2 grain trucks at once. Let's slow this down.
That's gonna get old.
Well, we're almost out of stop signs, so a couple more. Damn, it's doing it.
It is.
It's driving. How's the steering? Is it pretty loose with that loose idler arm? Do we literally never touched?
Yes, but not any worse than the 100, honestly.
All right, go for the high gear. Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm not sure how fast we're going.
I don't know how long we're going to be doing it.
Yes.
This was the part I was most concerned about. Can we get up to highway speeds?
I wonder what we're doing right now.
And how is it going to run at highway speeds? We got to be doing about 45, 50.
51?
Okay.
We're gonna need a little more than that, but yeah, let's see.
Yeah, that might be ambitious enough. The fan starts to become overpowered on low by all the leaks in the windows and stuff.
We can get 55.
Holy shit. And it seems to be running good at it too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We're actually doing it. We're actually driving the Repu down the highway at speed successfully.
55.
Man, I would kill for a seatbelt right now.
We might die for one.
We might die for the lack of. All right. Well, I'm gonna pull up the GPS and we'll see how far we make it. Oh boy, 375 miles to go.
We made it like 3.5. So just 100 times that. No big deal.
Okay, well, up here, turn left and stay on that until the end of time.
Got it.
It smokes a little, but not terrible.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This thing was seized.
It's been a long time
It's been
since
so
this
long.
thing has been on the road.
Like, it's bouncy, it's rough, it's stiff, it's small truck stuff. But,
Yeah, sure.
But it's doing it. The brakes made out of random crap we found are working. The blinkers at least operate manually. The electrical works. The heat works, thank
I
God.
can't believe the heat works.
Oh, I thought
it's
it was
literally
gonna be-
like 3 degrees outside. Here we go.
Like, we never touched the carburetor once.
No.
Like, I had turned the adjustment screws a little, but it's doing it. It's driving on the highway fantastically. Holy crap.
And we have heat.
And we have heat. It's a diminishing heat due to all the giant leaks somewhere that's freezing me out.
But
And the
also-
door seals. Oh yeah, yours is a wind over there.
I may also have not closed it because this door jamb does stick a little bit.
Oh yeah, maybe give her a slam. You want me to hold the wheel?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
a little
I'll
loose.
drive. You go for the door.
No better.
Yep. All right. 373 miles to go. Oh, I should have worked Carhartts. Dude, holy shit. Your temp gauge works.
I think it is. Unbelievably so.
That is incredible. We got two, maybe the amp gauge too. I don't know. There are leaks everywhere. I've got a good cold blast here. There's just a whole inch, inch worth of seal missing. Let me see if I can. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look at that. It's much warmer out. It's a touch.
It is 5 degrees outside and it feels like -7. That's just standing outside. We're doing Mach 6 point shit.
6 point poo.
Holy hell. It's a miracle every mile.
Every mile is a miracle. I was saying that last year on Power Tour, and it reigns true to this day.
Hey, good news. The snowstorm went to the south of us.
Thank goodness.
We merely have to drive in the cold alone.
Right. I'll take cold over blowing
and
snow.
Yeah. How much gas we have?
I don't know. What did we put in yesterday? 8 gallons?
8 gallons. So
We have no idea.
what are we at right now?
7503.
I will remember that, surely.
Yeah. We'll go back to the tape.
Dude, 60 mile an hour past the Casey's. I was questioning if we would ever make it to.
Hell yeah.
Sign me up. That's amazing.
Yeah.
This is just downright absurd.
It is absurd.
Remember how much time we spent cranking on this thing?
Yes.
I can't
do.
believe the starter survived. Nevertheless, the truck is driving down the highway, arguably effortlessly at 60 mile an hour. Is it cold over there?
A little bit. This door is leaking pretty substantially, but we have something resembling a heater, so
It keeps my toes warm, I guess.
my right foot is good.
Yep,
That's the only one I need.
that's the throttle.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers, pray upon junkyard dick sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, you think we can take him?
Yeah, we can take it.
Yeah. Well, you're doing 65. Maybe we're getting ambitious. Just had a couple little hiccups there in the power delivery. A couple little duts. Yeah, they seem to go away at 60.
Yeah, maybe 60 is the magic number.
I think it is. I think 65 might be a little ambitious, at least for this early in the trip. Well, I guess we're going to see all the gas stations between here and there. 16.5 miles per gallon. If it works properly. So we can count, we can make on 12.
This thing's making big block Chevy mileage.
Why did they do this? Why did they put a rotary in a truck? They had a piston equivalent as well.
As far as I understand, to get around the taxes, the fuel tax of having a larger displacement engine, Mazda developed the rotary engine, which is 1.3 liters, so it got under a certain threshold. I can't remember what the engine size was.
Oh, but made more power than the piston equivalent.
It made more or even as much as piston engines of other manufacturers, but it was smaller in displacement.
Okay.
So emissions and whatever it was, the tax on fuel was less on trucks like this, so that's why they did it.
Okay, so they can squeeze more horsepower out of a 1.3 rotary than a 1.3 piston.
Yes.
That makes sense then. Still really weird.
Very strange.
Very strange.
Not necessarily the engine you would pick to do any towing.
No, but damn, it doesn't haul our asses down the highway just fine.
Right. Yeah, it's only got, 320 pounds of payload. Right?
What do you weigh?
150 pounds?
70 pounds? Knees are getting sore. How are you? You got any foot room over there?
No.
Let's put 2 6-foot-tall dudes in a Mazda Rotary and send them across the Midwest at 3 degrees in the middle of winter. What are we doing?
It is such an asinine idea that no one would do, and here we are.
Oh, that's dumb. Just hold on to her. Whew.
Damn, I need to get behind that truck. You get way better gas mileage.
How's it drive?
It is an exciting driving experience. And by exciting, I mean mildly terrifying.
Surely this isn't a bad omen. Good luck to you. Oh, Steve, good news. We can win up toilet paper $500.
Look at that.
They didn't even spell it right. Well, alongside that, I do have some news for you. We're approaching 40 miles done right now. Unreal. Well, I always say the first 40 miles in a vehicle on a road trip, an untested vehicle, the first 40 miles are always the sketchiest because you just don't know anything. And if it runs well enough to survive 40 miles, you can start getting comfortable and trusting it more, and you're pretty much good to go. At the 40 mile mark, I relax and usually settle into the seat and say, all right, here we go. Right? And that's where we are, and I think that's what's happening. The motor seems to run fantastic. The only thing that can cause us trouble from here on out is losing a tire or a wear component, like a bearing or a U-joint or a transmission explodes. I don't know. Yeah, which is pretty unlikely, usually. With that being said, first gas stop right here, sir. At the Meskwaki. This is going to be interesting. Let's see how it does coming off of high RPM for a while. Is it going to stall? Is it going to be hard to start? I don't know. How's the brakes? You better test them now. Oh yeah, they're still there. What do you know?
Still brakes.
Good. Still running? Still running.
Yep.
Okay, alright. Well, let's do some approximate math on oil ratio and get this thing topped off. Nice. And they come careening in for a landing. I'll go look for blankets. You go get the fuel. How about that?
Yeah.
When I thought you were finally going to pull it off, you were going to break the speed limit, you got off the road as the speed limit dropped.
Something smells hot and stinky, and I don't think it's electrical. I don't think it ever was. I think it's that thing, which incredibly seems to still be working. So, wow. How's the ride for you?
Forgettable.
This one is not. I got us some blankets for you. What's our problem?
Pink Realtree. Our oil injection pump is working.
Where's
It's
it getting
spraying
oil?
I think
Don't tell me it takes from the pan.
I don't know where the reservoir is for that oil injection pump.
Doesn't take it from the oil pan.
But if it does, we're gonna pump ourselves out of oil. It's spraying out of that, hitting the cross member and everything else. So I'm gonna get some fuel in this pig.
Back in a bit. So it turns out, incredibly, this does pull oil from the oil pan to feed the engine, which is just obscene, and it's insane. I mean, I guess you'll know when you run out of oil because the engine stops, which would be the same process as if you had an oil reservoir, but whatever. Regardless, what's actually happening is one of our two little plastic lines that goes up to the carburetor is eaten off by mice. Surprise, surprise. And it is just spraying oil everywhere. So unfortunately there's not enough there to still hook up, but I can maybe plug this off with that vacuum cap. So
I think I found alternate transportation. Is that a camper bus with a whale and a dolphin on it?
here's what we got. These little bastards, dry rotted, broken off on both. So thankfully I found just enough, and I mean just enough, line left over on our vacuum advance for the distributor that I was able to cut off 4 inches in little 2-inch chunks and shove them on there and hook the oil injection up. So in theory that works. In practice it hopefully just leaks less. We'll see. Wish us luck. Okay, first hot start after the highway. Oh dude, right to life.
Let the cab heat up a little bit while we're not moving.
We might be running a little thick on the mixture. We'll see. It probably will just smoke a little and enjoy it.
It'll be fine.
For you, sir.
Oh,
We're gonna wrap ourselves in now before we get going. Does it even fit between you and the steering wheel?
The steering wheel is very large. It's perfect. Double layers. Oh yeah.
Okay, onward.
Leave it. Look at this. We have fuel.
It went to full. It was always at a quarter before.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Actually, it was always at empty before. All right, on the road again. Right up to speed. Are we smoking a bit? No worse than it ever has.
I don't think so.
Dude, I'll tell you what, the Choctaw blankets, which are, what is that, supposed to be an off-brand Mossy Oak badge?
The blanket is amazing.
This will be a piece of cake.
Oh yeah. Oh man, wonderful. Still need one glove though.
336 miles remaining. 3:36 p.m. ETA. We would make it home in the sunlight. All right, onward towards Wisconsin. Let's see how she pulls the hill. Seems to do just fine. I'm not even sure we're on a hill suddenly.
I don't want to get pulled over. Not in this beast. Picks up a lot of attention from the law.
But not for the usual reasons your cars do.
Right.
Not for big turbos and being loud and fast. You know, that's funny because people were driving past earlier looking at us like, what the hell? And they weren't looking at us because it was unique. They were looking at us because it looks like a piece of shit. Because it's missing the one thing that lets you know it's unique.
Yeah.
The tailgate that says rotary power.
Yeah.
Look at these views.
Oh, we're at 64. Look at this. New top speed.
Here, see if you can do 66 and technically break the speed limit. Okay, all right.
Okay, yeah, that's all we're gonna give it.
That's
Yeah.
enough of that. We've done 52 miles.
It's insane.
Oh, we're now within 4 hours. 4 hours and 53 minutes. 5 hours is a long time yet. Oh boy. Oh no. Our support vehicle. You good?
Lost a tire on the dolly of all things.
Shit. Damn it. Okay. Oh, there he is.
I think we're gonna go.
Wow. Hang
Going.
on, door latch. Who would have thought the Repu would become the rescue truck? It's running so good. I wonder if those oil ports being open were actually vacuum leaks. I'd
Could
argue
be.
it's running better now than it ever has.
It is running very good.
Alright, let's see what we can do here. I think we put that in the back of the Repu. That thing is big. Oh boy. Oh, you got a problem there?
Yeah, somebody let all the air out of our tire, but it was the one that you were working on, so it's not my fault.
Oh, that sucks. Let's go, Steve. Okay, here's what we're thinking. It's dumb, but it's an idea. That backwards
Also,
in here.
okay, so here's where we're at. Plan B has become problem A.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, eh?
Look at this setup. Yeah.
Look at
Oh.
It's going to be so easy to change the tires.
Okay,
Back on the road.
I'm freezing. Let's go.
Why did I feel like this thing would be hauling this at some point, no matter what we did?
Okay, here we go.
Good luck, everybody. Here we go now. We can't see shit.
Can't see shit out of the back. My mirror is gonna fold down, so I'm just gonna try to keep this thing out of the back glass.
See ya. He's laughing. Okay, let's get her going, I suppose, so we don't get rear-ended. Look at
This
this.
is so stupid.
It's hauling. Oh my god. I wish we had more than one strap. We might just ejecto-aceto cuz this thing at some point.
I think if it does fall out,
We
just
keep going.
Keep going.
That was supposed to be plan B, because we figured there's no way in hell this thing makes it. And now we're carrying plan B in plan A.
Yeah.
The only thing dumber than driving a Repu across the Midwest in the middle of winter is driving a Repu carrying a trailer in the bed across the Midwest in the middle of winter.
Yeah, that about does it.
Well, also calling around to the tire shop, see if anyone's got 13s. Did you see the clutch flare?
I think it's driving through the clutch a little bit.
Oh, our extra wind resistance probably.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That was fourth gear up a hill.
We're 33 miles to the next town. Oh God, I hope the clutch makes this.
I think it will if we keep it easy. Take it easy, maybe,
Yeah,
and
let's-
save the clutch until we can unload this thing.
Just keep her 50 or below.
Yeah.
News. Discount Tire in Cedar Rapids has them in stock. We get 2 new tires. We'll Yeah, 24 miles straight ahead, and then we'll pull a top gear and just abandon Angus to put tires on and catch up later.
He'll catch us.
Yeah, he can do the speed limit. See, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot we've been in peril this whole time. It's smooth, quiet.
This truck rides surprisingly nice.
Especially, yeah.
With what, 500 pounds of wheel dolly in the bed?
This is like driving around the 98.
Yeah, it's quiet, smooth. I mean, we're not doing 80, but he needs to.
Yeah, 55, just fine. Okay, 10 miles left to go.
Our fuel gauge has moved.
It's working.
We are using fuel. The gauge is reporting as such.
Wow. Son of a gun. I can't believe it. I always said it 1,000 times, but I can't believe it.
I can't believe any of this right now.
Steve, you've done it. You crazy bastard. You carried a dolly on the back of a Repu all the way to Discount Tire in Cedar Rapids. It didn't even care.
These guys are gonna wonder what the hell is going on.
They're gonna wonder which one they're putting tires on.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna wonder why we're leaving.
Yeah, they're gonna say, wait, you're driving the little truck? You're not putting it on there?
You're leaving here willingly? Look at that.
And I'll pray for you boys.
Goodbye, Angus.
Bye, Angus.
All right, goodbye, rip-off tire. Hello, highway. I should probably figure out where the hell we're going. We'll be back. Oh, boy. The last place I wanted to be on this trip, in Cedar Rapids. Great. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go that far. Oh, we almost 100 miles.
What?
Yeah, we're about 10 short.
Holy crap.
Holy crap, indeed. Hold on. And no one saw that. It's fine. We have no videographic proof. Yeehaw!
Yeah, feel the power.
You can tell we're accelerating and just going through the clutch again. It runs so smooth, especially after hooking up those oil lines.
Yeah, once the injection lines were replumbed, apparently that must have been a vacuum leak?
Must have been a
or something?
vacuum leak right around the Venturi or something that made a lot of difference, because suddenly it runs real good. Does it got enough power to take the phone off the dash? No, it doesn't. Oh, there goes the clutch.
There's the clutch. Okay.
Okay, no more of that. Got it.
Cruising. Cruising only.
We
Sounds
sound
awesome.
We sound so ridiculous.
I love it. This thing sounds awesome. We had to pull shift the second gear to go up that little hill.
It was singing off the buildings.
Yeah, that's okay. They'll thank us for that. I mean, we just made their day better by doing that.
This whole trip, we're gonna drive past like 2 people that know what this is and
Yeah.
go, oh! But everyone else is gonna be like, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. This guy might be into amateur radio. What do you think? Oh, that can warm up a hell of a hot pocket at any point in the yard.
Am I gonna need second for this?
Oh, hang on, everybody. Whoa!
Driving through the clutch.
All right, you're gonna stay on this for the rest of the drive.
All right, we'll point that way and just drive it till it runs out of gas.
Pretty much.
We're actually passing someone.
It looks like it. Well, maybe.
If it can do it.
Come on, Repu. You can do it. For the first time in
We passed someone.
900 years, the Repu is passing a guy with a pipe in his mouth.
It's a pipe.
All right, onward to the driftless areas of Wisconsin. As is tradition, there was a police officer, but this time he's not busy. So, looks like he's turning around and going the other way. We're good. Disregard.
I hope so.
Oh boy, Stevie's coming for us. He's headed back the other way to do paperwork, and he's about to be like, nope, straight to jail with that one. Oh, look at this. And they say Iowa's flat. Look at it, that's a rock.
Made a Dubuque shortly. It's about halfway home. We're gonna stop for fuel, check the truck over, and then carry on.
You notice it doesn't smell very bad in here, miraculously?
Yeah, it's actually not nearly as bad as I thought.
I think it's the fact that we have so much air flowing through the cab. It's kind of like having the windows down. But yeah, we need to complete this trip while the sun remains in the sky, or it's gonna get real cold.
Yeah.
All right, onward to a fuel stop. Oh God. Red light. Will she stumble and fail? Yep, I died. Oh, you kept her going.
Kept it.
Getting used to it.
Yeah. There's a few things that are weird, like the fact that every gear feels like neutral. This is fourth, if you're wondering. Yeah.
This must have been when they got the design for the 4L60 from.
Yeah.
All neutrals.
Yeah. 4 neutrals. One of them will get you to 60 miles an hour eventually. So, I want to talk about a challenge for this thing. We're coming into Dubuque, into the bluffs. There's some hills.
There
might end
are.
up being in second gear going up these hills. I don't know.
Pretty much found out that any hills in fourth is about all the clutch has left. It starts to flare a little bit, so let's see. Oh, she's slipping, yeah. Go for third.
It's singing.
Which we could have done in fourth, but our clutch, I don't think would have made it.
Yeah, third gear it is.
Something tells me we're going to be sailing into your driveway with the wind and a little bit of clutch.
We might end up having to push it, I don't know.
That's why I said early on, is the only things they can get us are things that can wear out between
Right.
here and there. That
Yeah, like-
clutch we super scraper, that's one of them.
Woo. This steering is loose. Oh, holy shit. Coming around that curve, we were not actually turning for a good bit there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dubuque. So ridiculous.
Oh, boy.
Oh, our clutch is getting a little
This
slippery.
clutch is not that happy right now.
Oh boy.
Oh no, did the muffler thing brought...
I think our exhaust fix just failed. For real this time. Oh, that's loud.
That's very loud.
That's very loud.
I think it's gone.
Screaming our way into Wisconsin once again. For the first time, the Repu. Alright, you got 200 miles left to go, little truck. You can do it.
Come on. Keep it together.
At this point, it's not whether or not the truck can do it. It's whether or not we can do it.
I'll put earplugs in and just
yeah.
floor it.
Look, Chinooks! Think they can hear us?
Maybe.
I would say. They probably picked us up on their radar. Yeah, she's a little stumbly, huh? It's fine. It's all just fine. I hope Angus gets tires for the dolly. We might need them.
We might.
Oh. She doesn't like that. Oh, it died.
no.
All right, we're gonna get her off the road, and Henry O'Reilly's here. See what is up with the exhaust. See if we can put another patch on it and get some fuel. Worry not, we've made it. Woohoo!
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think our exhaust has fallen off entirely at this point. Up at the curb.
Can we?
Oh, perfect. Now we can get underneath. Heater works at least.
Things were going so well.
We made it halfway home. Literally, we're at the halfway point right now. Let's see what we got or what we're missing.
Oh yeah. It blew out. That's all.
That's all it is? Just that little hole sounds like the world is ending?
Yeah, that's great news. We can fix that really quickly.
All right, let's go get another one of those. If it made it to the first half, the second one should make it to the second half and it'll blow out your driveway.
Yeah. What are the chances this works? Slim.
50-50. It does or it doesn't.
Do I have to read directions? Come on.
There's absolutely nothing sticky about this whatsoever. Did it dry up?
Outside temperatures are below 21 degrees. Preheat the area by running the motor.
No, that part's done.
Yeah.
Tell you what, wrap that on there as much as you can. We'll just slide this collar that's left over from the old shit on it. Twist that on in a righty-tighty motion. That didn't do shit. This is dumb. This is worse than the cottage cheese one by far.
Yeah.
Tiger Patch, you suck. If this works, I say we chalk it up to our ingenuity of having a hose clamp on here.
There.
Not that
That's pretty darn tight. Yeah.
All right.
Good enough for
Off
today.
to refuel. Pick up our mess. We gotta go like a block to get gas, so. Yeah, good luck, Tiger Patch and hose clamp friend.
That did absolutely nothing.
I think it already fell off. Alright, we got two options. Roll around on the ground again and try to put the cottage cheese one on, or put earplugs in.
Probably earplugs.
Probably earplugs. Oh, the glorious quick trip. Woohoo!
Yep, it's dead.
It is not idling anymore, huh?
No.
You don't like it.
No.
Alright, you go for fuel. I'm gonna try to put the cottage cheese wrap on.
Alright, sounds good.
Wish me luck. I can't feel absolutely any part of my hands, but I got the goopy JB Weld stuff on again. The same one we had last time. Maybe it'll last more than 6 seconds.
The first one lasted almost 200 miles.
Yeah, and this one's, well, I mean, you can just see. There's,
It's awful.
it's just rat fucked into place. All right, my turn.
Oh, significantly quieter again.
That's so much better.
Wonderful.
Oh, manual steering, you never mentioned that.
Oh yeah, sorry. No power steering.
I didn't even notice.
My bad.
I've been just manhandling it so well. I gave her a couple more turns on the idle. It seems happier now. Just kind of band-aided it. Oh, nope, I lied.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you can roll start it, or bump start it. There's Menards we can just live at now. We only have to drive that far then.
Right. Yeah, if you ever get lost, just build a house. Now you live there. We're gonna hit the road again. We'll catch up with you guys in a minute. And here we are.
7,700 miles on the nose on the odometer right now.
All right, we'll have to calculate that for mileage.
This guy's right on my ass. Trust me, I'm flooring it.
We have got 184 miles to go.
Oh, it is cold over here. Why did I agree to this?
Very cold on that side, yes. Okay, so calculating our fuel mileage, we went 167 miles on 10.1 gallons of gas. So right around 16.7 miles per gallon.
That's factory. The factor is 16.5. Carry the car dolly.
Hauling a load. Never mind.
You can tell it runs a little lean when we come up the stop signs and stuff and it wants to die.
It is true. I don't think we're actually getting the secondaries. It is vacuum operated. And they were stuck tight. So we're rolling this whole trip on just the primaries.
And they are a little lean, which is helping our mileage.
Yes. Either way, continue on.
Oh my god. Usually, like, before we go on big trips like this, I'll at least drive it home once, drive it back, fix a few things. This thing, we did 2 laps around the block. That's it. We did 2 laps.
We made sure that it stopped.
We adjusted the, well, it barely did.
It barely stopped.
We adjusted the brakes and a few other things, and then went, I don't know, try it in the morning. And the next morning we put a key in it, and we've driven it to right here. We said we have a dolly trailer. What could go wrong?
Actually, yes, that may have instilled a whole bunch of confidence that we wouldn't have had otherwise.
And then it died.
And then the dolly died.
And the Repu's fine.
Seems fine to me.
Going off the hill. Oh, look, there's a rock now. I wonder if they've got any cheese.
250 miles in a Repu that hasn't run in years.
They said we couldn't do it. I don't know if anyone said that. I assume people said we couldn't do it.
People definitely said we couldn't do it.
I didn't think we could do it.
I'll be honest, I wasn't sure either, but we did it anyway.
We did it anyway. Here we go.
It's been a little bit. We are coming into the city of Madison. Oh yeah. Ooh, big backfires. Oh, apparently they knew we were coming. Okay. Exactly 100 miles remaining.
Holy hell.
Holy shit.
275 done.
Yeah. Right, if the sun goes down, it's going to get even colder.
This little thing is working its ass off.
This little heater down here, that heater core inside there it's like 4 inches by 6 inches. That's it. That thing has been cranked this whole time. And honestly, it does actually keep the cab pretty nice. All right, less than 100 miles. I'll catch up with you. Down to about 75 miles. You can see the sun's going down behind us.
Here comes the cold.
Yes, I can actually feel it getting colder. There's a hole in the firewall over here that has been stuffed with a towel for the last 300 miles. Yeah, it's getting colder.
Yeah, I think it's about time I switch back with you, Steve.
Yeah, well, it's cold over here now too.
Oh, great.
All right, we're gonna put the hammer down, try to finish up these last miles.
They're gonna close the supper club without us.
We have to make it to the supper club.
Power!
Go! Wait, the clutch.
Yeah, nothing happened.
All right, we are exiting for a driver change, and we want to check that our lights work.
Yeah, it's about time to turn them on, and God knows if they still work. All right, your turn to freezing supper.
Sounds good. Let me just adjust my device here.
These cows are thinking something of you, that's for sure. All right, pull the lever, Kronk. Yeah, they're dim. Didn't we have a grounding issue or something once?
I think so.
Well, it's back. Got one bulb. Kind of for fire it up first. See if the alternator takes care of it. Or the key being on. I mean, go for highs. Yeah, they'll know we're coming. You got tails though. Alright, we're good. It's good enough. Alright, I mean, they can see we're coming. That's all that matters, right?
Yep.
We don't need to see anything.
We have lights.
We had this issue yesterday. Maybe I'll remember what it was later when I can think, when it's warm, when we're done, and it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, we've broken the 1 hour mark. Hell yes. Alright, it's getting dark. We're getting hungry. Our headlights suck. We're gonna focus. We'll see you guys in an hour over there. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
Steve, you're gonna get us arrested.
Sorry.
Rosendale, just a ticket, please.
Yeah.
Can you imagine someone driving a car around with no headlights? That would be stupid and unsafe.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't do that.
No. They have functioning lights.
Yeah, mostly.
They actually work pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad.
No, I can see, kind of, except for the person who doesn't have their lights on in front of us.
I'll just hit him. You got a good bumper.
And whenever I lack in reaction time, we make up for in a steel tube front bumper, so it'll be fine.
We've got 20 miles remaining, and I think our exhaust patch is giving out.
Maybe?
It's a bit louder now. Come on, baby, hold together. You can do it.
I mean, this thing is pretty great. You know, if you don't focus on any of the flaws,
Honestly, it's been fantastic the entire trip.
It has.
Like, we asked it something that it wasn't going to be great at doing from the factory. Driving in 1 degree weather. And it's been like, sure, I don't give a shit, and it just did it.
Yes.
All right, 20 miles left. Let's get this done.
Look, coming in hot. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. It's like a little racetrack.
Oh my God, we're gonna die.
That's right. The steering is super loose. I forgot. By the Cortina.
Look at this. Holy shit, Steve. Holy shit. It doesn't run nearly as good as it did when we left, but it's still running. And it's done it. How?
We did it.
Just how? How did it do that?
From all the people said that we couldn't do it or that it wouldn't happen, well, we went ahead and did it anyway. From poo in your shop to poo in my driveway, the Repu drove 375 miles in freezing cold weather. This thing was abandoned for 30 years. It had a seized engine and was full of poop 3 weeks ago. We revived it on Kevin's channel. We fixed everything else and drove it all the way home. We're cold, we're tired, we want steak. We're going to the restaurant right now. As for the Repu, this is far from the end of the story. I have a ton of work planned for this truck. So if you want to see that, make sure to like, comment, and of course, subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. We are both cold and tired. See you in the next one.